I used to stay up all night trying to find my place, chasing neon lights and looking for some kind of trace.
Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today and I'm excited to get into my budget. I have my Paycheck 2 to close out, my Paycheck 3 to set up, and that is what we're going to do. We're going to go over all the numbers and you're going to see whether I stayed within budget or if I did not stay in budget, which I do have my red pen, so check that out. So let's go ahead and zoom in and talk about the budget. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I've definitely been feeling the squeeze of having less money in my budget and trying to stay in more tighter reins after all the spending I did in December and November for Christmas and celebrations and all that stuff. It was difficult, so you're going to see that here in a second. I have my Paycheck 2. Which is my husband's salary. It is $28.89 higher. I did notice that high increase, but he actually did not get a pay increase. Something has adjusted in his pay where he's getting $28.89 back. I don't know what that is yet. He is actually emailing me his pay stub. I have January's pay stub here. For this paycheck, I need to see December's and see what the difference is and find out where this $28 comes from. I don't know, but he didn't get a raise, so we'll see what it is. I balanced $243.14 from Paycheck 1 into Paycheck 2. That is what was sitting in the bank account before this deposited. Now I do see the deposit for Paycheck 3, and so we're going to figure out the numbers on what the bank account looked like before Paycheck 3, and yeah, that's going to be hard. And then I had a refund of $48.34 from T-Mobile because we closed our account and set up a new one with AT&T, and this was what was left over, and they finally gave me that refund. I had to call and ask for it. They sent me a statement saying you don't owe anything, and they could tell in the system that we no longer have phones cellular with them, so I don't know why they just didn't automatically refund it, but you have to call and ask, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So we did, and it worked. So $243.14 plus the $2,552.36 plus $48.34. Okay, so total income money in the bank account in my checking with my husband, $2,843.84. There we go, and I'll just put a little $48.34. Ooh, can't write today. And also another $243 because I didn't budget anything for that. 14. There we go. All right, so all the increases. I'm not even going to total that. All right, the bills did change slightly because more money came in. I increased the tithe a little bit, thinking that was what was supposed to happen. We do a 10% tithe on all income that comes in that is work related or paycheck related, and so there's that. And then I have AT&T, water, Geico, Discovery Plus, life insurance, iTunes. Electric was very high because we had some below freezing negative numbers in winter, and we were paying for the electric for the heat and last month, so that was high. And then my husband's subscription and then our Vivint went up by $3.69. Not sure why I didn't get notified, but I need to call them and find out why it keeps going up, because this is like the second time in a couple months, and I'm like, I don't understand. And then Roth IRA, I transferred that money from our checking into our savings, and I save up and build up Roth IRA and then make a one-time contribution at the beginning of the year for our Roth IRA. Now, my spending categories. Now, when you see the sticky note here, you're going to notice this is the budgeted income and budgeted expenses, which said we were $591.43. I didn't spend all of that. So we are just to let you know ahead of time, we are over budget. And there will be red ink on this page. But what had happened is I didn't spend all of what I had planned. So that number is going to drop considerably. Thank the Lord. Because, oh my goodness, I don't want to be that far over budget. Oh, sorry. I got an email. I got distracted. I don't want to be that far over budget and have to use savings. So we are going to pull out my notes here. Where did I put them? Paycheck 2 notes. All right, spending. Now, I just did my weekly check-in, and if you total up week 3 and week 4, these are the totals of those spending from the weekly check-in, and I spent over right at $701.23 for grocery and household, so I'm under budget there. Total restaurant was $241.81 there, so I'm over budget in that category. Miscellaneous, I did $317.29 there, which I'm under budget for. Gas, we did $101 or $100.01, and then copay we did $43.86, and then budget is $0, but I did spend unbudgeted setting up some things, so $249.98. If we look at the totals, this was a chiropractic, I think they call it Cash Savers subscription for the entire year, membership, something, I don't know. And then $95 was for the appointment I had. When you do your first chiropractic, that's in a doctor's office, and they have all the equipment and all the things, and they do like a head-to-toe examination, and you talk about your symptoms and things like that. It was a long process, so it was $95 for that, but when I go in next time, it won't be that much, and that's a one-time fee, so I don't have to worry about it. And then I bought some stuff on Amazon, and my husband needed something on Amazon, so there's that. And so that's why that was there for unbudgeted. So that's where unbudgeted came from. But it was only during Paycheck 2, which was really excellent, that it was only in one paycheck time period, meaning that I'm not doing this Amazon purchasing randomly every day. So that was my biggest concern. So with the expenses, we're going to total this. This column's actually already totaled. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to use this number down here, $1,362.21. And I've added it several times and made sure that was the right number. And we're just going to add all these expenses right here. So we have $701.23. Let me do that again. 1362. Okay. All right, so now we're going to add 701.23, 241.81 plus 317.29 plus 101 cent and plus 43.89. 6, and then 249.98. There we go. All right, so that gives me a total of, and I'm just going to write it up here, $3,016.39. So that is the total of how much was spent for all the fixed and variable expenses. So I just kind of continued it over here. So if I take that number, and so I'm going to take my expenses, or my income, and I'm going to minus my expenses. So my income was $2,843.84. And we'll subtract out this $3,016.39 of what I actually spent. Now, all our spending money here goes on the credit card, and then I pay with the checking account. So this is actually my checking account only. this is where the money comes from. It goes into our checking account, and then I pay the bills accordingly to their, they either get drafted out of the checking account or they go on my credit card, and then I make a payment from credit card. So that is where how that works. And then this is the total that I've had to spend. And so this is what we're going to find out we're over. Now, I have not paid the spending here for week 4 for my weekly check-in. So I had $824.64 that are still sitting on the credit card for spending, and $39.17 for one bill of spending. So giving me a total of $863.81. This is what I owe on my credit card. I'm going to use this checking, this Paycheck 2, what's left of this, and some of Paycheck 3. So you're going to see a negative balance forward, which I never want to do, but I am doing this time around. So let's figure out what that negative number is. Am I on screen? Yes. Okay. $2,843.84 minus the $3,016.39, and that gives me a negative. Oh, excuse me. $172.55. And that's what my notes say. So they match. I'm good. I always do it off camera and then make sure I try to, well, I don't always, but 90% of the time I'll do it off camera first. And especially when I have a number that is negative. So this is my balance forward to Paycheck 3. So I'm going to wait until my husband's paycheck deposits. I say wait because I'm doing this on Thursday, this video, and Friday's when he gets paid. So I'm not going to pay my weekly check-in credit card tonight. I'm going to wait until Friday. That way I can use that money from Friday. So let's go ahead and come over here, and I'm going to do a negative. I know it's estimate. It's going to be estimate and actual since I already know the number. So 7255, and actual is the exact same thing. Oops, I forgot the one. 172.55. There we go. So I don't know if there's going to be more money coming in, so I'm not going to fill that in. Other than in my estimate, I'm just going to mark a 0 here. And we're going to do a budgeted Paycheck 3. So now that I have this, let's figure out the budgeted Paycheck 3. All right, so I'm going to subtract these two numbers here, $2,552.35 minus the $172.55, and that gives me $2,379.80. And that will be the money that we're working with. Now, Paycheck 3 is a time period where I have the most disposable income available, and I typically try to pull from this time period the savings when I want to do savings for emergency fund or funding, whatever it is that our family's goals are for money and things that we want to spend on. So first thing I want to do is put the Roth IRA. I am saving $171 every paycheck my husband gets, and he's funding it for me, and I am so appreciative of him doing that. I'm trying to find a book. There we go. Oops, hit my lamp. And so I have this book, and it's a budget planner, but I put in the back this little printout that I did. Let me move this one. So I'm going to go ahead and color this in because I don't want to forget to color this in. Gotta find my highlighters here. So my Roth IRA savings tracker for $6,500, which is the max I can contribute. Each nest, the nest eggs here equals $171, except for the last two, which are $172, and that's here at the bottom down here. And I just put it in my little tracker planner here. I don't have very many things I'm tracking. Oops, wrong end. And so I printed this for myself, and I just thought it was a lot of fun. They're very easy to do, create your own prints. Just if you find images on the internet, and then you can kind of, if you have a little program you can use on your laptop or your home computer and kind of make your own little documents. There we go. That tells me I'm able to fund this one here, and that completes January. So January's goals have been fully funded as soon as my husband gets paid tomorrow, because I always do this savings. It's, if I ever have an emergency, I will drop putting money in this and start using it for other things. The only other thing I'm tracking is the mortgage. I don't really have the right sticker that says mortgage tracker or anything here, but I am tracking my mortgage because I am putting an extra $550 a month, and I want to pay it off in 15 years, not 30. So that is that. Let's get back to the Paycheck 3, which is what you're here for. So there we go, 171. Sinking funds. Sinking funds are going to be 400, and I forgot already. Let's see, $415.21. So 1521. Now my sinking funds, I don't show it very often. I used to do videos on them, but I've not been doing them because I just didn't have the time to do a sinking fund video, but I'll bring it in real quick. This is, I repaid myself for last month's Apple subscription, so this is me closing out sinking funds. My husband had Norton, paid the Norton. It was $3.59 more than I thought it was going to be. I'll replenish that next month in February. And then our trash came out, so I had that, and I had plenty in there, still $100 left over, and then I'll just do the new totals, and that'll be set up for all these different things in my sinking funds. These are annual subscriptions or annual purchases or quarterly purchases that we make. Everything from our vehicle, which is the City of Chesapeake property tax value. We still have to pay that for when we used to live in Chesapeake and Virginia, and we don't anymore. So when that comes around, this that'll be taken care of. Home maintenance, I want to build that up. That used to be a different category, and I've renamed it, and things like that. So I just have things, Christmas fund, cell phone, tech, just things that I had that were important to me, that have annual that have expenses coming out annually, and this way I don't get too hit hard on the budget, and I can still plan what I want with this money over here. So I'm always putting $400 into savings every month. I've been doing that for a few years now, and it works really well with our sinking funds. Visa Go Card is my husband's personal money for him to spend on whatever. 175 is what we came up with. That's what he felt comfortable with. The reason we started this, is the first month we're starting it, is because he used to get VA education benefits. He has finished his class. He has applied for graduation. I think graduation is in April. He's getting his he's getting his master's degree, and so now he won't be getting any more education benefit cash that gets deposited in the account. We had one this month in Paycheck 1. It was $790 that was given to him for the post 9/11 GI Bill. And so he's not getting that anymore, and he's kind of sad. And I'm like, well, let's come up with something that you can live with, and that's what we came up with. The tithe is going to be $256. There we go. That's 10% of the salary that came home. And then savings. So that's what I kind of want to figure out here. I know how much I have left in my grocery household of my spending categories, because of the weekly check-in on what I planned for the month. But they're a little higher than what I actually need. But I think I'm still going to use these numbers because, and I'm going to get a scratch piece of paper here and write this down. I want to see the difference in budgeting and see what I can save for the month. So that's what I'm going to do here.
To leave me at a
Okay, so now the numbers. Now this total potential savings came from my monthly budget. I just kind of stuck it here because I didn't know where else to put it. But it's potential. The actual savings is going to go here at the bottom. At the end of the month, once I figure out what I'm going to transfer into savings, because that is my goal. I want to get at least $1,400, very close to $1,400, put in my emergency fund to replenish what I took out over Christmas and the holidays. So, yeah, did a lot of spending, and I used the emergency fund to cover it. But we do have 7 months of emergency fund, and that's 7 months of salary. So based on not the salary number, but our last year's salary number is not with that $28. And I'm not going to change it because I think it's fine the way it is. But what my husband's salary was and what he was making last year, that is what I based the number on every paycheck. And so I wanted to replace his paycheck, not just be able to pay for the bare necessities when I built our emergency fund. Thankfully, when we sold our house, there was money left over, and I could put a big chunk of it and just call it emergency fund. So we quickly got ours put together, and now we're at 7 months, going on 8 months. No, 8 months. We're not quite to 8 months yet. 7 months, and then in $1,400 paid, it'll be 8 months. And then if I want to continue, we can. We'll just decide that when that comes. But I'd like to get all the way to 8 months even, and that would be awesome. So here we go. 171 plus 415, 21, and 175 plus 256. There we go. So that gives me $1,017.21. I know I wrote savings here, but I might go back and erase it if I want to commit to putting a certain number into savings. If not, I'll just leave it blank for right now. Let's see here. 504.78 plus 41.77 plus 220.10 plus 111.59 plus 150.94, and that gives us $1,029.18. So these two numbers together, 721, gives me $2,046.39. 2,379.80. There we go. That leaves $333 left over. So it's very close to what I originally thought would be leftover potential savings at the end of the month. But I know I'm not going to spend $500 in groceries. I know I'm not going to spend $150 in medical and copay over the next few weeks, or the next few days. So I think what I'm going to do is just I need to lower this. I don't know if I want to commit to putting a certain amount aside and then actually make that transfer, or if I want to, because I'm not balancing forward from Paycheck 3 to February. January's money is going to go into savings. So I'll just wait until the end. So I'm going to take this out. And I'm going to write savings right here, because I don't know what it is yet. But once I get my actual numbers here, then I will know how much I actually am going to spend, because I have over $1,000 here that I could potentially spend for all these things, and I don't think we'll spend $1,000 over the next 5 days. I mean, we could, but I think I'm going to just kind of wait and see, and then when the January 31st gets here and that day is done, I'll probably count it as a no spend day and not spend that day, and close out the books, and then I will show you exactly what the numbers look like next month. So that is what I have here. So I'm hoping to save at least this amount, this $380. Let's say my goal is $400. I'm going to say $400. I think that's definitely feasible. It's not as much as I had hoped, but if I can do a low spend until the end of the month, then maybe I can get $500 or $600. I don't know. But it just depends on how things happen this weekend. And that is what I have right now. So I'm going to zoom out really quick here. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
Then you came to me and you gave me reason. I almost can't believe it. Every time we touch, I